Om Amriteshwariyai Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. This is Amma's last year's Shivaratri message. Amma says, Shivaratri is the night that gives us supreme auspiciousness. Shivaratri is a celebration that combines spiritual austerities, renunciation, fasting, devotion and knowledge. By worshipping Lord Shiva through all of these, we attain supreme auspiciousness. This means becoming one with God. Lord Shiva is known as the destroyer or the god of final dissolution. If something has a beginning, it must have an end. And if there is a beginning and an end, definitely there will be preservation in the middle. Creation, preservation and dissolution can never exist independently. For the flower to bloom, the bud must die. For the fruit to form, the flower has to fall away. Hence, creation, preservation and dissolution are but three aspects of the same thing. In the same way, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara are but three faces of the one Paramatma. The wondrous Leelas and stories of Lord Shiva's greatness are endless. He is deeply absorbed in meditation. At the same time, he is also Nataraja, the cosmic dancer. He is the wandering monk in solitude who begs for alms, and at the same time, he is the father of the entire universe, as well as Ardhanarishwara, the composite form of male and female split down the middle. He is Bhairava, who ferociously punishes the unrighteous. As Dakshinamurti, he was the first guru to the rishis and to the world. As Neelakantha, the blue-throated one, he became the savior of the world. He possesses the third eye, the eye of supreme knowledge. He has conquered Kala and Kama, time and desire. In this way, the names of Shiva are endless and infinite. Each form and each divine mood he assumes is laden with meaning, teaching us many spiritual truths. It is possible to have many kinds of good fortune in life. For example, one may be born into a noble family, having loving parents, having physical beauty and good health, be highly educated, and have wealth, fame and status, etc. However, all such good fortunes are impermanent. They all fall under the category of here today, gone tomorrow. They are all dependent on the material world and its objects. They can all disappear any instant. Hence, the most auspicious thing is that which bestows permanent happiness and contentment that can never be lost. And that is the bliss of the Atma or Self, of oneness with God. Shivaratri leads us to that bliss. The main observance during Shivaratri is to worship Lord Shiva, foregoing food and sleep. Shivaratri is the night where, having conquered the sense urges of hunger and thirst, we safeguard ourselves from slipping into the sleep of ignorance and stay in the wakefulness of true knowledge. While the world seeks rest and pleasure in the night, the devotee's attitude is different. Night is the perfect time for God remembrance. Sensory enjoyments give only brief and limited happiness. This is not to say that we should never partake of them, but when we enjoy them, let us also have gratitude for the grace of God that made them possible. The limited enjoyment given by the world satisfies most people, but there is higher happiness and peace that come when the senses and the mind are under our control. Fasting and other spiritual austerities are like keys to unlock the door to that. Fasting is one of the primary observances of Shivaratri. It is traditional to observe a complete fast for an entire day and night. But it is also fine to fast according to one's capacity. The word upavasa or fasting actually means to stay near God. In other words, to remain established within the self. Foregoing food makes this easier. In fact, everything we grasp with the five senses can be considered a form of food. Foregoing edibles represents giving up all sense objects. When we do not eat for a day, our digestive system also gets a break. During this time, our body uses the energy conserved by not having to engage in digestion to cleanse itself of toxins and disease. Our prana or life force regains its flow in the proper direction, and the mind more readily attains a meditative state. If we forego sleep in this way during the night, we will remain wakeful. Moreover, our meditation will also become one-pointed. Many physical ailments can be cured with fasting. However, fasting should not be done excessively. Balance and moderation are essential. The Bhagavad Gita cautions us that yoga can be practiced by neither those who sleep too much nor by those who sleep too little. Our blood pressure increases if we sleep too much and also if we sleep too little. Yoga is impossible for both the one who starves himself as well as the glutton. Many people experience the problem of the mind sliding into sleep when they try to make it one-pointed. If we have too much tamas or dullness, this will definitely happen. Many people successfully use recordings of satsangs or chanting mantras to help them fall asleep in lieu of sleeping pills. Shivaratri is a day for God remembrance. It is difficult for the mind to continuously focus on one thing with full awareness. One needs to have an intense love for the object of focus. This is also what happens during meditation. Some habitual thoughts enter the mind. Eventually, meditation and sleep or meditation and distracting thoughts become bosom buddies. Since the mind wanders after that to which it is attached and to that with which it is angry, when we close our eyes to meditate, the mind goes to all those places. What is the solution? We have to develop alertness over and over again until we gradually transcend it. Most people observe Shivaratri fasting and night-long vigil without understanding their real intent. Staying awake by watching movies or playing games on your cell phone will not make it a Shivaratri observance. We should understand the principle behind the Shivaratri observances. The Ashtamurti, the 8 manifestations of Lord Shiva, are well known. They are space, wind, fire, water, earth, the mind, intellect, and the individual soul. The principle behind the iconography is that the entire universe is pervaded by Shiva. Hence, it is our dharma to see God in every aspect of creation and to love, serve, respect, and revere them. It is to this perspective that we should raise ourselves through the worship of Lord Shiva. Shivaratri exhorts us to wake up from the delusional sleep of ignorance and find the peace and beauty within ourselves. May each one of us awaken into that state of wakefulness. May grace bless my children. Om Amriteshwarye Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Har Har Mahadev.
Om Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Dhyayamo Dhavalavagunthanapatim Tejomayim Naishtikim Snigdha Pangavilokinim Bhagavatim Mandasmita Sri Mukhim Vatsalyamritavarshiniim Sumadhuram Sankirtanalapinim Shamangim Madhusikta Suktim Amritanandatmikam Om Amriteshwaryay Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityurmukshiyamamritate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.